freaking hair dye fades so fast. This isn't even purple anymore. It's this weird reddy brown color, and I don't know if I'm digging it. Oh, dude. I wonder if you can see my sunburn in here. Well, it's not really a sunburn anymore. It's just like a really bad tan line. I don't know. Can you guys see it? I got like a sexy purse strap tan line right here. Pretty sexy, isn't it? Okay, why am I doing this? Yeah, so this isn't any particular type of video. I've seen random people on BookTube doing it, and so I decided, well, it's about time I do it, because maybe then I'll be motivated to actually read these books. This video is my most embarrassing unread books, and there is quite a few of them I have sitting over here on my dresser. So let's get into this. And also, yes, I am wearing lipstick because I'm about to go take my senior yearbook photo. Woo! Alright, so the first two books I have do go together. They are part of a series. It's a series, I believe, but people keep calling it a trilogy, so I'm really confused. Is it like what Cassandra Clare did, where it was originally a trilogy and then the author decided they wanted to expand it and make it into a series? Because I feel like that's what they've done, but I'm not sure. But anyways, they are The Maze Runner and The Scorch Trials by James Dashner. I've been meaning to read The Maze Runner for a while now. It's been sitting on my shelf for a while too. I just haven't gotten around to reading it. I really want to read it because I want to go see the movie, because Dylan O'Brien is bae. Guys, Dylan O'Brien is bae. That's all you gotta know. But this also sounds like a really cool concept of this maze that these kids are trapped in. It sounds like something I'd enjoy, so I should probably go ahead and start reading these before the movie comes out in August, I think it is. The next book I have is If I Stay by Gail Forman. I feel like everybody and their dog has read at least one of Gail Forman's books, especially what is that one book? Just One Day, is that the first one? Whatever it is, everybody's read it and everybody's loved it, and I'm like, I've never read any of her books, and a lot of people have read this and told me it was really good, and it's also being turned into a movie. I saw the trailer when I went to see The Fault in Our Stars, and the trailer makes the movie look really good, so I should probably read this then before the movie comes out. The next one, this is like a recurring theme for these first four books, or three, is Paper Towns by John Green, which is also miraculously being turned into a movie. I actually haven't had this one that long. I picked it up several weeks ago, actually. Beginning of June is when I picked it up, and I've been meaning to read it. Haven't gotten around to reading it. I feel kind of bad because everybody tells me if they haven't read The Fault in Our Stars but they love John Green, or they just didn't really like The Fault in Our Stars, everybody always tells me that Paper Towns is their favorite John Green book. So I'm thinking maybe I'll love Paper Towns as well. I don't know. We'll see. The next one, it seems like everybody and their dog has read here on BookTube, but it is Delirium by Lauren Oliver. Again, I really don't know what the hell this book is about at all. All I really know is that love is a disease, I think, and when you're like 16 you go in for like a surgery or something to get your brain fixed, and then you don't have like any emotions. I don't know, is that how it goes? Anyways, but everybody has loved this entire trilogy, and they always tell me it's so freaking good, and I decided one day when I was at Halfway's Books, I'll pick it up. So I picked it up, and I still haven't read it, and I'm not a fan of this cover either. The next one I have is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This is the first book in the Lunar Chronicle series, and everybody is in love with the Lunar Chronicle series, and I really want to read it because it definitely sounds like something I would be into. And one of my really good friends I've known forever, Lily, you might remember she did my blindfolded book challenge with me, the little blonde chick. Yeah, she has read all three of them that are out, and she loves them and everybody else loves them, and I finally picked it up off of Book Outlet, and I still haven't read it, but this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen soon. I'm gonna read this. I need to get caught up because the last and final book is coming out this next upcoming year, so I gotta read this. This one is extremely embarrassing for me, and please don't kill me for saying I haven't read this, but it's going to be Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. I don't have anything against the Hunger Games trilogy. I love the Hunger Games trilogy. Like, Katniss is like a BAMF. I just love her, but I went through this phase and I'm still in it and I don't know why. I read Hunger Games and the beginning was really slow for me, but then like I got way into it when I got towards the actual Hunger Games part and it was amazing. And then I didn't pick up Catching Fire. I don't know why I didn't pick it up. I own it. It was actually my sister's book and I just don't know why I didn't pick it up. But I didn't until the movie was announced to be coming out, is when I finally picked up Catching Fire and read that, and I absolutely loved it. It's my favorite book out of the entire trilogy so far, which is only 2 books. But yeah, and then after I finished Catching Fire, I just didn't pick up Mockingjay. I don't know why. I feel like it's one of those trilogies that I should have marathoned, but I just didn't. So I will be reading this before the movie comes out, so I'll probably read it closer to the when the movie comes out. I don't know why I just have this thing of putting it off until the movie gets closer to coming. Maybe it's because I just want it like all fresh in my mind when I go to see the movie. The next 2 books go together, and I am embarrassed about this because I love this author and I've almost finished her first series. I just haven't read this. But it is going to be Clockwork Angel and Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare, the first 2 books in the Infernal Devices trilogy. I gotta read these. I gotta find out who Will Horrendale is, and I need to find out about the ducks. I don't get any of the references they make in the Mortal Instruments about the ducks. I don't understand. But maybe this will help me. And I really, really want to read these because I am in love with the Shadowhunter world. It's like an amazing place. If I had to choose one world I could live in, it would most likely be the Shadowhunter world. It sounds like my kind of place, and it sounds like so much fun. And I gotta read these, and I gotta read Clockwork Princess so I can read City of Heavenly Fire and probably bawl my eyes out. The next book I have, please do not kill me for this one either. I've ranted on and on about the reason why I have not read this book in several videos, but it's going to be Eclipse by Stephanie Meyer. The reason I have not read this book, I'll say it again, I feel like I say it so many times in all my videos. I read Twilight, absolutely loved it, flew through it, although it took me 6 weeks because I'm an extremely slow reader. So reading a really big book like Twilight in 6th grade took me forever to read it, and then I went and saw the movie. And then right after I finished Twilight, I picked up New Moon and I started reading it, and it's not my favorite at all. I despise that book. I can't really explain my feelings of dislike and hatred towards that book. But after I finished it, I made myself finish it, and it took me forever to finish it. But yeah, so after I finished New Moon, I picked up Eclipse, and I had a bookmark in here at one point. I really didn't get that far. I was within the first 100 pages of Eclipse, and I couldn't do it anymore. And so I just stopped, and I haven't picked up the series since. So let's see. That was in 6th grade. That was almost 6 years ago is the last time I read a Twilight book. Yeah, I really want to read Eclipse though, because everybody I can't talk today. Everybody tells me that Eclipse and Breaking Dawn are so good and amazing, and I feel bad for not reading them yet. And my friend Lily, like I said, she's also a huge vampire fan, so she has read a hell of a lot of vampire books, and one of her favorite series is Twilight. And so every time she comes over and she still sees Eclipse sitting on my unread shelf, she gives me this big long lecture about how I need to read it because I'm not complete, because I haven't finished the series. And I just look at her and I'm like, I already know what happens in the last 2 books because everybody likes to spoil me, as well as I saw all 5 movies. The next book I have is Looking for Alaska by John Green. Another John Green book. I feel embarrassed because I really love John Green, and the only book I've read by him is The Fault in Our Stars. So now I own 3 of his books, and I haven't read 2 of them. But I plan on reading this because I heard this one is really good as well. I don't know. I really like this cover though. This, like this plain smoke. I really like it. And it's got, ooh, shiny. It's got a award sticker on it. But yeah, I want to definitely read this book because it sounds really good. Why I haven't read it, I don't know. It's just one of those things, like, I bought it and then other books came along and then I really wanted to read those books, so then I just haven't picked it up since then. But this is also being turned into a movie too, so that'll probably get me more motivated to read this when it gets closer to the movie's release date. Maybe. I don't know. The next book I have, it's actually more of a personal embarrassment to me because I don't know how many of you out there have actually read this. You've probably seen the movie, which is what I saw. And it's Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. And Warm Bodies, the movie came out, what was it? Was it like 2 or 3 years ago? It doesn't feel that long ago. With Hottie... No, what's his name? Nicholas Hoult playing R, the zombie. Oh my god, he's so attractive. If you want to see some cute younger fetus Nicholas, go on Netflix and look up Skins, and he's one of the main characters in there. I mean, the character he portrays is the dick, but man, it's Nicholas Hoult, so what does it matter? Anyways, I saw the movie, absolutely fell in love with it. Like, it's definitely one of my favorite movies. I could probably quote it. That's how many times I've seen it. And I did not know it was a book. And I felt really bad not knowing it was a book before I saw the movie. But it was a book. And so I bought it thinking I was going to read it. And I still haven't read it. And I need to read it. Because I heard, like, my sister's already read this. Which is really sad. Because normally I read books before my sister does. And then I, like, force her to read them. But yeah, so she read this and she says it's really good. I've heard from a lot of people it's also a really good book, but it's very different from the way the movie plays out. But it's still really, really good. I don't know. It's zombies. It's like something I would totally enjoy. The next book I have is the second book in a series. I've only read the first book and just never picked up the next one. And I feel really bad because it's like everybody and their dog on BookTube has read this entire series and loved it. But it's going to be Frostbite by Rochelle Mead. Why can't I remember her name? This is the second book in the Vampire Academy series, and yeah, had this for a while. Haven't read it. I read Vampire Academy and I loved it. Oh my gosh. Rose, I love you. It's amazing. I love the book, and after I read that, I waited a while, and then I was at Harper's Books, and I saw this one, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get it. And so I picked it up, and it's been sitting on my shelf ever since, and I don't know, guys. I don't understand why I don't pick up books after I finish the first one. I don't know what it is. And I feel bad too because I still haven't seen the Vampire Academy movie, and everybody tells me it's really, really good. So maybe I'll get around to reading Frostbite eventually. I don't know. I don't know. This next book is definitely a huge personal embarrassment for me. It's going to be The Princess Bride by William Goldman. It is definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, I own it and I've watched it so many times. Like, I could quote the entire movie for you right here without even having to watch it. It's such an amazing movie. I love it and it's so good. And if you haven't seen The Princess Bride, please go look and watch it because it's so amazing, and it's just, I just love it. It's so good. So good. Yeah, but also didn't know it was a book and this is like a total shock for me because I've been watching this movie since I was like, how old was I? I was like young because like my dad likes this movie, and so then he showed it to me one day when I was on TV, and like ever since I've been in love with the movie, and it's so good. I want my Wesley someday, along with a bunch of other fictional characters, but Wesley, man, he's pretty attractive. Anyways, so yeah, found out it was a book. I got really, really disappointed in myself for not knowing it was a book. Picked it up. Ooh, it's got a pretty map in here. Look at that. It's got a map. But yeah, definitely in love with the movie. Decided I need to pick up the book. Bought the book. Still haven't read it. Feel really bad because this is my book. It's like calling my name and I have to read it. So I am definitely eventually going to read this because I have to, because I love the movie so much. I feel like I'm rambling on about every book just the same. I don't understand this. The next book I have is The Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan. I just haven't picked it up. I bought it. It's been sitting on my shelf for a couple months now. Just haven't picked it up. That sounds really bad. I do that a lot. I feel like I've done that with every book in here that's like part of a series. I just haven't picked it up because I've been so busy like reading other books and trying to get caught up on what's popular, and it's still not working because I'm not even reading a book that's popular anymore. Well, it's popular with my friends, so I guess that counts for something. But yeah, I finished The Sun of Neptune and absolutely loved it. And my friend that I talk to all the time through Skype tells me I need to read Mark of Athena because it gets so much crazier and it's so good, and I gotta read it, and then I gotta read House of Hades so I can finally be caught up for when, damn it, what's the last book's name come out? For when, shit, what's it called? For when Blood of Olympus comes out in October, I want to say. I feel like that's the wrong month. But yeah, so I gotta be all caught up for when the last book comes out, because we all know that everybody after they freaking read it is going to post spoilers all over Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. And the few of us that are extremely slow-paced readers and just take forever to like pick up the next book always freaking get spoiled, and it's not fun, guys. It's not fun. Be courteous to the other readers in different fandoms or books you're reading. If you're gonna post something on Instagram, just put in the little location bar spoilers, so that way when somebody is scrolling through Instagram and they're just looking through their feed, they'll see it and they'll skip over it so they don't get freaking spoiled for the book they're reading or about to read or plan on reading anytime in the future. That's my little rant about social media and book people. And the last book I have, again, everybody and their dog has read this on BookTube and everybody has loved it. And everybody is also in love with this author, and I feel really bad for not having read any of her books yet, because she sounds like an amazing author, although her book style doesn't really sound like something I would read because I don't like contemporary. If I haven't talked about that enough, I'm not one for contemporary. I'd rather be reading like a dystopian, fantasy, or sci-fi book because those are more up my alley. But it is going to be Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Everybody loves this book and they go on and on about it. And so I really want to read this because it sounds really cool. Oh, this dust jacket is all dirty. This is why we don't do light colored dust jackets, guys. Like, come on, publishing companies. They get dirty like this one has. So gross. But yeah, I plan on reading this eventually. And I feel like with this book I can really relate to Kath, is that her name? I mean, besides the fact I'm not going into college just yet, but I will be going into college, so I'll relate on that level. And also she writes fan fiction for this celebrity that she really likes. Embarrassing tidbit about myself. What was it? It's almost 2 years ago. I joined this website. I'm actually really surprised that a whole bunch of people already know about it, because when I joined, like, nobody knew what it was. But now I feel like everybody and their dog has one. But I joined this website called Wattpad, and it's a writer's website, and basically it's just a bunch of people that write stories. Majority of the stories on this website, though, are fan fiction. I'm warning you now. So I did write fan fiction for a while, and I still kind of write it, but I'm not really into the celebrities that I write fan fiction about anymore. I just do it because it makes other people happy, and everybody else seems to love my fan fictions. Although I don't know why, because they're complete pieces of crap, and I will admit that myself. Like, they are bad. I don't understand why anybody reads that. But yeah, so I guess I could kind of see where she's coming from, and I guess I could relate to her on that level. Alright, so this video is now over. I hope you enjoyed kind of staring at the screen and being like, what? You haven't read that? How can you have not read that? Sorry guys, I don't know why I haven't read these books. I don't know, okay? I don't know. If you have read any of these books and you are in love with them, let me know in the comments, and maybe your comments will convince me to read those books even more. Then this video has made me feel very depressed and sad for myself for not have read these books yet. But yeah, so that's gonna be it. I feel like I have to smile wearing lipstick a lot, or else it's gonna get all over my teeth. Is that supposed to happen? I don't know. I will see you guys next time with a Top 5 Wednesday tag video or book talk. Until then, I'm Chrissy. Goodbye! It's been shitting. It's been shitting on my shelf. I'm having too much fun with this camera.